Day one at Kolkata. So there's this gift that has come from someone. I know what it is, but I'm just gonna open it. This is the book by Daniel Sloss. He's like one of my favorite comedians, hence the gift. The other favorite comedian of mine is Andrew Schulz. Just FYI. I think I'm gonna read this. It's a short read, 200 pages, so should be quick. Day 7 at Kolkata. I haven't vlogged at all in a week. I think today is May 13th. Yeah. And May 17th, I am going to Delhi for like 5 days, and then I'm going to Bangalore for 2 weeks. So the next 3 weeks are going to be like, I'm not going to be in Kolkata, and then I'll come back again and stay for however long. I'm going to Delhi to attend a wedding. So before I talk about the grades, I just want to mention two things. First of all, a lot of people did get their visa slots today morning or yesterday. Today is May 13th, so I don't know when I'm posting this video, but essentially May 13th in the morning, a lot of people got their slots for around June. Even my friend who is going to CMU this fall, he also got it for I think around first week of June, something like that. So maybe check out the visa slots, whoever is watching for fall intake. If you do not have a slot, maybe some more slots will open up next week, something like that. And second thing is the immunization part. This is solely for ACU people, which is that I think a lot of us in India do not have the records for MMR vaccination. What ACU basically asks for immunization report. So what generally a lot of people end up doing is go to a doctor who probably gave them the MMR, because it would probably just be a local doctor or family doctor, and just get a signature from them and on a report that's saying that this was the date that I got it. And I think there's a rule that MMR has to be given, the first dose has to be given on, let's say, X date, and then the next one has to be given within some period of time. I forgot what it is, but yeah, it should be a simple Google search, and just get a signature, and that should be enough. Even I did that because I didn't have the MMR record, so I just got it signed from a local doctor. Okay, now to the grading part. I had 3 subjects: FOA, SML and IS. Most people know that by now because I've talked a lot about the midterms and stuff. Let me talk about the grades and how, like, my final verdict on the subject, and then you can probably take it depending on if it suits you or not. So FOA, I got a grade, which is good because I was expecting an A. And the final was a little tricky, but it was okay. So assignments, quizzes were 100 out of 100, and the midterms were around 90, I think 89, 90.5, something like that, both midterms, and I think the final was also 89.5. So my final grade was around 92, 93, and which got me an A. So FOA by Ali, I think my final verdict is you can probably take it if you have like something from last year's paper. If not, then you'll probably get a C grade, because it's too, the subject in itself is too difficult. But since you have like some reference, most people do who take FOA by Ali, if you do have some references, then the changes are very minor, so you can just kind of get a hang of what was asked in the last semester and kind of figure out a way to solve it this year. So that's my verdict, very subtly put. If you have like some references, then you should take FOA by Ali. If not, then you should probably not take FOA by anybody, because in itself it's a very hard subject, and I heard that even the one by De Luca, the finals were very hard, so you probably just skip it. So I also want to rank these subjects based on their real world relevance. So IAS is going to be 0, and let's say DBMSI or cloud computing, these 2 subjects will, let's say, be 5 out of 5. So in this reference, I would say IAS is 0, SML is probably a 1.5 or something like that, 2, hardly 2, and FOA is probably a 1, because there are like a couple of algorithms which you need for even like lead code, Bellman Ford and stuff. And there are some like graph based techniques which are kind of interesting to know, but like apart from that, it's kind of useless. And IAS obviously absolutely useless. Now the next subject is IAS by Yao, which I had, and I would recommend this subject. It's a super easy subject. It's mostly like a project driven subject, so you just have to do the project. The midterms are open book, and you can use ChatGPT. So you just have to like copy paste. Although the second midterm grading was not very lenient, but I got A minus, which is okay. So for IAS, when you join the class, essentially you'll be split in groups randomly. So you can't choose your group. You'll be split into groups randomly based on your interest, like based on a Google form. And the thing is that if you become a leader or a deputy leader, then you'll get some, and you'll have the option to kind of nominate yourself that I want to be a leader, I want to be a deputy leader. So if you become one of those, you get some bonus marks, so then it's easier to get like a or A plus. But the thing is, I didn't do it because I didn't want to take that extra headache of being a leader, because sometimes your team won't work and then you might have to do a lot of stuff yourself. So our team was kind of very like we all kind of distributed the tasks evenly and did it. So our leader probably did not have a lot of shit to go through, but a friend of mine who was also a leader there, his team was kind of weird and they didn't do anything, so he had to take a lot of shit. So if you're ready to do that, then you should probably take it, because you get, I think, a 10 marks or something extra, like a bonus for being a leader, deputy leader. So if you take up that, then you surely get like a A, or worst case A minus. I don't think anybody's got any leader gets A minus, or any deputy leader gets an A minus, because that extra buffer kind of pushes you to an A or A plus. So I got an A minus. I'm kind of okay because I didn't want that extra load. So that's going to be the second subject. Third subject is SML. So my professor decided to be a cunt in the second midterm, so I wouldn't recommend it. I actually wouldn't recommend it, and if I had to take it again, I would probably take it by some other faculty. I'm not going to name like faculties in this video, but you'll probably find out who my faculty is and who I would have probably recommended. And just to talk a bit more about SML, SML is very, by the professor that I had, it was very like haphazard. So the assignments are implementation, the theory, like the curriculum is theory based, so there is no implementation taught, but the assignments are based on implementation, like simple Python implementation. Not simple though, sometimes you have to implement neural nets, which gets kind of tricky. And the project is, I mean, completely irrelevant. He didn't even check the project, so you can just pretty much wing the project. You'll probably get a full. The only issue is the second midterm, which is in-person, closed book, and a little like different from what it's taught in the curriculum. So the curriculum is theory, but the midterm 2 was application based. So that's what midterm I got a 9.5 out of 20, which is why I did not get an A grade. So to get an A grade, I think you would at least need like a 12 or something, which, because the rest everything, the grading was full, because like I said, the grading is lenient except for midterm 2, but midterm 2 is bad enough to kind of push your grade from A to B. So that's my final verdict. I would probably take FOI by Ali. I would definitely take IAS by Yao, and and I wouldn't take SML by my professor. So that's it. I think I might end the video here because I want to publish it quickly, because a lot of people have asked me about these subjects, and a lot of people did ask me about immunization. I have been replying a lot more to my Instagram DMs because I have a lot more time right now. So I think I talk to at least 2-3 people every day, and I would accept questions which I haven't covered in the video. If anything novel comes out, I generally take the time to respond to it and discuss with the person. And I think a few undergrads have also reached out to me asking for their decision for ASU. So my general response is, if you have the scholarship of 13,500 USD, then it's better to just take ASU, because the thing is, in masters also you're paying essentially something like that 54,000 USD, and in bachelors, if you do that, then you wouldn't need a master's degree. So because after graduation you'll get the same job. So I generally lean towards degrees in the US, because if the end goal is to work in the US, then might as well just do bachelors and start working, instead of doing bachelors here, spending that money, then wasting your time, and then again doing masters. So probably this is like a broader discussion which I might get into in a different video, but my general advice to like the 3-4 people who have asked me, it has been, just take up the degree in ASU, just take up the bachelor's in computer science, given that you have the scholarship, because otherwise it's too expensive and might not be worth it. So just to throw it out there. And yeah, I'll probably publish this video tonight. Let's see how it goes, and I'll see you in the next one.
इधर पीछे 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 दे रहा गुड मैं बहुत ज़्यादा खींच रहा हूँ अबे ये आउट है भाई तू हिट विकेट किया हिट विकेट है फेयर फेयर वन लव